2004 Mini Cooper Convertible. So this is what you call the first generation of the new Minis with the BMW engines, not the later Peugeot engine cars that seem to have a load of problems. The early ones, by all accounts, seem to be pretty bulletproof. Obviously being the Cooper, it's slightly higher spec, slightly higher output. We'll detail all that in the description for you. As you can see, it's finished in this nice metallic purpley blue colour. If we just quickly scan around the outside, you can see it is all one colour. It's not had any nasty paint jobs or anything like that. It's got this nice dark blue contrasting hood. And then we've got this very dark blue interior as well, which we'll show you in a second. But as you can see, all one colour. We'll start by having a look at the bodywork. If you look down this driver's side, you can see it is nice and straight. Front driver's wing, that's all nice and clean and tidy. Nice and straight down there. All the plastics are nice and dark. They're not dried out or brittle or anything like that. We do have a bit of a scuff on this front arch corner there. And it has the optional 17-inch, they're called Bullet, these alloys. You got them on some of the Cooper Convertibles and the Cooper S. They're nice and tidy. There's some curb marks on them, like you'd expect. We've got 4 good tyres all around. Driver's door, all nice and clean. You've got a little scuff down the bottom there. And then on this rear quarter, you can just see there's a tiny little ding just there. You can just see if I move the camera about. Really tiny, but you've got to be close to see it. Hood-wise, it's all nice and dark, nice and clean. There's no sign of any real wear or tear. I'll show you that working in a second. Obviously electric hood, glass heated rear screen. But that's all nice and clean. There's no real rips or tears or anything. Got a slight little mark in it just here from where it's been catching when it goes down. But we have pressure washed. There was no sign of any moisture or anything coming in there. Other than that, all good. The seal around the bottom, it's got like a rubber finishing strip that looks like this. On the passenger side, it has dried out a little bit and got a couple of little chunks taken out of it. But again, it doesn't seem to be letting any moisture or anything in. Onto the rear, you've got parking sensors on the back on this one. And again, if you know what you're looking at on the Minis, Convertibles, you look around the hinges, but they're lovely and clean on both sides. And you look below the tail lights, get moisture trapped on the inside, and then the first thing you know is a bubble sort of appears here or here. But as you can see, on both sides, lovely and clean, no sign of anything at all coming through there. Chrome work on the bottom's all nice and tidy. Plastics are good, they're not scuffed. And again, another problem area is along the top of this boot handle, but that's lovely and clean as well. No sign of any rust at all there. Got a little chip in the paint just in the top corner there. Again, if we look down this side, nice and straight. It's a little sort of mark there where the door's been opened on something. Rear quarter's nice and clean. Good wheels and tyres on this side as well. A little scratch just there. And a small scratch there as well. But it is 18 years old. You're going to have the odd little scratch here and there. No sign of any corrosion at all, which is really good. On the bottom of that windscreen's all good. Round on the front. Headlights are nice and clear. We do have a mark where it's obviously been sort of reversed into something. I think it's potentially had a little bit of paintwork there. And that's cracked and flaked off a little bit. But it's on the top of the bumper. If you're looking from here, you can sort of barely notice it. Fog lights, everything all nice and clean and clear. Bonnet itself, there's no sign of any dent or anything in that. Onto the interior. And Minis come with a sort of body coloured section on the door, which is nice and tidy. And then you've got this dark blue seats with a sort of red stitching in it, which is nice. A little bit of wear on the bolster there. But the seat itself is nice and comfy. It's not collapsed or anything like that. And then into the back, that's all nice and clean. But what we'll do is we'll start it up. We'll have a look at the roof and then we can have a good look at all of this. So the roof has 2 functions on it. Got the buttons at the top here. If you press it once, it'll take the roof back to that stage, and then you've basically got sort of like a full-length sunroof. Now obviously you can just use it like that. Or if you press and hold the button again, the roof will lift all the way back. And you've got yourself a full convertible. You also have this button here, so you can have all the windows up on one touch of the button like that. You can see all 4 windows lift up straight away, or you can press it. It'll drop the back ones first, and then it'll drop the front ones. You can have them all down, nice and easy. Bit of practicality, that's kind of where the BMW element comes in. Now the roof's down, we can have a good look at everything around here. Driver's steering, the only steering wheel obviously. Nice and clean. These later cars had a 3-spoke steering wheel as opposed to the earlier 2 spokes. And a couple of other updates as well. Dash top's all nice and clean. The dash itself, which is body coloured instead of the sort of basic silver, the Coopers had the option for body coloured on there. 99,634 miles. There's no warning light on that binnacle, and there's none on that one either. This one has the optional air conditioning and obviously front fogs, as we know. You've got your tyre pressure warning light system as well, and then obviously manual gearbox. Back seats, like I said, lovely and clean. No sign of any real wear there. Nothing wrong where the roof sort of stows away or anything like that. All this plastic's nice and tidy. Passenger seat, you've got a little bit of wear down the bottom there and a tiny bit on the bolster, but it's kind of exactly what you'd expect from a convertible of this age. Carpets are all nice and clean. There's no sign of any sort of ingrained dirt. There's no smells in there. Like I say, we've just pressure washed it, so there's no water getting in or anything like that, which is obviously always important to check with a convertible. Have a little look under the bonnet. So BMW 1.6 engine, nice and quiet. There's no sort of rattles or anything on startup. No sign of any fluid coming out of the bottom there. I'll have a look on the back. Obviously there's no smoke or anything coming out the back, no fluid flying out of there. Have a look in the boot while we're here. Again, the convertible's got a bit of a smaller boot, but to be fair, the mini hatches weren't exactly massive. Toolkit and everything sort of in there. Again, we'll have a look at the inside of this boot lid because it's kind of a corrosion area for these minis, but it's lovely and clean on the back. There's no sign of any corrosion at all. Really good. So there you have it. 2004 Mini Cooper convertible. If you've got any questions, please get in touch. We're happy to help. Just let us know. Thank you.